Standard 10, Subject Science and Technology, Part 2. Lesson number 1, Heredity and Evolution. We are going to learn translation. First of all of you see the definition of translation. The process of formation of the protein from messenger RNA is called translation. In the process of translation, each messenger RNA is made up of thousands of triplet codon. As per the message on mRNA, amino acids are supplied by the tRNA. For this purpose, transfer RNA has anticodon which have the complementary sequence to the codon on messenger RNA. This is called translation. The amino acids brought in by tRNA are bonded together by peptide bonds with the help of ribosomal RNA. During this process, the ribosomes keeps on moving from one end of messenger RNA to other end by the distance of one triplet codon. This is called as translocation. Such many chains come together to form the complex protein, and these proteins control the various functions in the body of living organisms. Now let us see the mutation. Sometimes sudden change occur in the gene which is called mutation. In the process of mutation, any nucleotide of the gene changes its position that causes a minor change which is nothing but the mutation. Some mutations may be minor but some may be considerable. For example, mutation may causes the genetic disorder like sickle cell anemia. Let us see the definition of evolution. It is the progressive development of plants and animals from the ancestors having the different structural and functional organization is called evolution. It is a gradual change occurring in the living organism over a long duration. This is a very slow going process through which development of organism is achieved. Let us see the evidences for evolution. Now see the morphological evidences. You can see various similarities like structure of mouth, position of eyes, structure of nostrils and ear pinna, and thickly distributed hairs on the body are seen in the animals, whereas similarity in the characters like leaf shape, leaf venation, leaf petiole, etc. occur in the case of plants. This indicates that there are some similarities in those groups, and hence it proves that their origin must be same and must have common ancestors. Now see the anatomical evidences. If we observe the given diagram carefully, then we can see there does not seem any superficial similarity between human hands, cat's foreleg, flippers of whale and patagium of bat. Similarly, use of each of those structures is different in respective animals. However, there is similarity in the structure of the bones and bony joints in organ of each of those animals. This similarity indicates that those animals must have common ancestor. Let us see the vestigial organ. Degenerated or underdeveloped useless organ of organism are called as the vestigial organs. A specific structure in the body is useful under certain situations. However, the same structures under different situations may become useless. Such structure begins to degenerate under such situation as per the principle of natural selection. It takes thousands of years for a structure to disappear. For example, appendix, which is useless to human, is useful and fully functional organ in ruminants. Similarly, muscles of ear pinna, which are useless to human, are useful in monkeys for movement of ear pinna. Various vestigial organs like tailbone, coccyx, wisdom teeth, present in the body of human being. Let us see the paleontological evidences. Large number of organisms get buried due to disaster like flood, earthquake, volcano, etc. And remnants and impression of such organisms remains preserved underground. These are called as fossils. Study of fossils is an important aspect of study of evolution. Evidences from fossils are sound, direct and reliable. Fossils are described as the true witness or documents of evolution. Now let us see the connecting link. Some plants and animals show some morphological characters by which they can be related to two different groups, hence they are called as connecting links. For example, in Peripatus, characters like segmented body, thin cuticle and parapodia-like organs are present. Similarly, these animals show tracheal respiration and open circulatory systems which are similar to the arthropod. Therefore, this indicates that Peripatus is connecting link between Annelida and Arthropoda. Similarly, duckbill platypus lay eggs like reptiles but show relationship with mammals too due to presence of mammary glands and hairs. Lungfish performs the respiration with lungs irrespective of being fish. These examples indicate that mammals are evolved from reptiles and amphibians from fishes. Now let us see the embryological evidences. In the given pictures, the comparative study of embryonic developmental stage of the various vertebrates are given. In this figure, all embryos show extreme similarities during initial stages and those similarities decreases gradually. Similarities in initial stages indicate the common origin of all these animals. Thank you.